What's good, everyone? My name is Sonic, and I've got some great news for you. It is just under a week before Rumbleverse releases, so today we're going to go through another match analysis from the 48-hour beta, but in a short period of time we'll be able to get some new footage, some new games, and I'll see you on the streets of Capital City. So for this match analysis, I'm going to go through a game that I played before, and we're going to talk about things like what I could have done better, what worked really well against the opponents that I faced in this game. And the culmination of this is an ending that was pretty interesting because I would say I had what I would call a honorable 3-stack. I believe the people at the end of this game were teaming together, but they decided to face me one after another until the end of the game, so that was quite nice of them. So I got into some early action with this guy here and picked up a couple of moves right off the beginning. That was pretty nice. You always want to start the game, especially if you have to fight someone right away, with at least one special move, because if you don't, you're in a bit of trouble. So there I was clashing for meter, but he ended up picking a different move and I punished him for it. And at this point, I'm going to chase him down because I knocked him off the building, but I can see he's kind of following someone else, so I'm in no rush to catch up with him and get into a fight with 3 different people. I'm going to take a buff to my stamina. I got another one to carry for later, and I can see now it's a 3-person fight. But I felt like playing aggressive and jumped into the game. This first person, I keep getting him with the mist, but now since he's popped super, I kind of decided to run away. And actually, if I were to go back and play this match again, I would actually keep pushing him because I had quite a good... my fights against him were going quite well. He wasn't able to hit me very often, and I had full health, so even if he did get me, I still would have been alive there. I'm going to upgrade one of my special moves here, and funny enough, I ended up catching both of those guys in here. And... this guy popped super and decided to stick. The other person ran away. But I don't really want to mess with people who have super that much. So I'm going to chase the other person down. And just try to make sure I keep away from him. Dodging. Here, grab the book accidentally instead of grabbing the chicken. Because, you know, having extra health to carry later is a great thing. And I know this guy's probably got close to full health at this point. Because he had the super. I tried to super trick him there. It didn't work out. I didn't get there quite fast enough. But now at this point I might as well get into a fight with him. Tried for the super grab early, and at least my normals are doing bonus damage here, so I'm getting the follow up on the slapshot combo. We actually ended up going through each other there, which is kind of odd. And then I would have had priority there. Missed the follow up, unfortunately, but he's still taking damage from the poison sumo slap. Now the poison sumo slaps, I think it's actually a pretty good move. I compare it to the higher version, the higher tiered version, because it doesn't do quite as much damage when you hit them the first time, but it keeps going. So it ends up doing probably pretty close, and can, you know, have that psychological effect on people of the fact that they're just taking damage over time. Now, he backed off there. I don't have any healing, and I'm, you know, just about half, I guess, there, so I decided, you know, it's not a bad idea to run away from this fight. At least reset it. I saw he was chasing me for a second there, but then he stopped. I'm not a fan of that volley dive move, so I just kind of tossed that in a fit of rage. You know, I want something better. The 2 moves that I have right now are not usually ones that I'll try to finish the game with. The poison sumo slap's pretty good, but the cyclone, I definitely want an upgraded version of it. I'm just going to take a bit of time at this point since I only have the 3 bonus health. I don't have any bonus to my power. So I'm going to have to just grab some stuff here. Grab some chicken, probably heal myself up to full. Now in Rumbleverse, I personally always like to be at full health whenever that's possible. I find that just gives you a lot of survivability. And you're more likely to be able to run away and survive an attack if you had full health to start. Obviously that's the case in any game, but in this game I feel like it's more so like not worth saving the chicken as much to give you more of a health bonus later. Like I would rather use it right away and go into the next fight with 100% full health, just to make sure I don't fall victim to maybe a single combo and a super or something like that. So I picked up a few things at this point. I went with the 5 health, so I have 1600 HP in this game, And I personally like to use 2 stamina. I know it's not as common to build these days. That's, as you see, I chucked it away. I don't want more than 2. But 2 itself really lets you run around more, do a lot more moves. I personally like to dodge a lot during fights, which uses up stamina. But 2 lets you chase down pretty much anyone and catch up with them and actually KO them. Because pretty much nobody else actually picks up stamina in this game so far. I think it's being slept on a little bit, although in the beta I do think it's also a little bit underpowered at the moment. It's finally got another fight here. They tried to use an atomic punch on me, but I guess they were probably running away from someone else. And I wasn't quite able to catch up with them after I stamina broke them. But they're doing a pretty good job blocking. I knocked them off the top, and I heard someone else behind me. Actually, there might be 2 people behind me, so I decided to not chase the other person down. I don't want to end up in the middle of 3 people. But this person makes their way away from me as well. They dodged off the side of the building. I pulled out my weapon just in case they came back. You know, I wanted to have higher priority at the time, or if they were further away from me, maybe I could throw something at them. But you know, I'm just going to ignore those 2 people. One of them just got down, the other one's got super. They're not going to bother me, I'm not going to bother them. You know, this is a BR game. Surviving is the end goal. So taking every single fight, it's not necessarily the best way to win. Here I whiffed the first one, but I just made sure I got priority by using the vicious version, so it was unblockable even if he kept blocking me there. Knocked him away, which ended up being great because I got into a fight immediately afterwards, and I don't have to deal with 2 people now, I can just focus on 1. So this person, they just tried to dodge backwards, but the problem was that they were very close to the edge of the building, like the edge of falling off the building, and you can't dodge off of it. Just like when they got stamina broken there, it will keep you on top of the building so the person who did the stamina breaking can get a follow-up on them. So they tried to escape, didn't quite work out, but it seems now at this point I'm immediately going into fighting other people. He ran away for just a second, so I used the opportunity to grab some Squat's chicken, fill up my inventory, and then he decided to come back and try to get it as well, but I already took it. I think it takes a while to recharge, but it will come back eventually. But since I had just taken it, he couldn't get it as well. Unfortunately for me, he had pretty low health, and I was able to take him out with just the chop there. So he probably desperately needed that chicken, and I took it from him. When I have multiple chickens in my inventory, I tend to like to use the bigger chicken. On one hand, there's the advantage of it being able to heal you twice for 1 inventory spot, but on the other hand, if someone hits you while you're trying to use it and you drop it, that's just twice as devastating for you as well. So I make sure that if I need to heal myself later, then they're only going to get 1 out of it at least if they take it from me. Now you can see I've got a new perk here that lets me gain health when I deal damage to people. But I did not do a great job of beating this person there. Fortunately for me though, they just decided to rocket away. But at this point, every time I hit someone, and the sumo slap is exceptional for this because it counts as multiple hits, I'm going to gain some health back. So keeping the sumo slap at this point in the game would be an excellent move because I can just gain a lot of health back, and I believe that does come into play later. But we're now getting closer to the final circles. The person that has hit me here, they might be one of the people who go near the end. I tried to super trap that person as well, but also just used it for the invulnerability frame so they weren't able to hit me again. And I had a fair bit of health, so I can probably get my super back after if they did beat me. Now they did land a pretty sick combo here. They could have followed it up there with another elbow drop, but my health is high enough. It wouldn't have really affected me too much. Fortunately for me, they just decided to leave me alone, and I got to go fight this guy instead. And I ended up getting a great combo on him, because when I hit him against the post here, he wasn't flashing. So you need to pay attention. If someone hits the wall and they're not flashing, that means you can combo them again with any move that you have, really. But usually your special moves are going to do some more damage, so as long as you've got stamina, then use them. I ended up getting him down and running into a lot of people here. So there's still 8 people left, small circle. I was able to grab that extra health, so I've got 1700 health right now, which is not an optimal build, I would say, but I took it because in the small circle the chance of me finding something else is probably pretty low at this point, and it also gave me health because of a perk that I had as well. So double bonus, it gave me quite a bit of health back, and I would suggest too, as a new or advanced player, like if you get to this point in the game, it's a small circle, and you don't have full abilities, just take whatever's available. You might as well have stamina. If you don't care about it normally, just take it anyway, because a lot of other people will leave that. You might as well have it too. It can only benefit you, and the alternative is doing nothing and having no benefit at all. So now this person, they've got a weapon. They're gonna smack me with that twice. The second hit with the wooden plank is actually excellent, because that is a vicious attack, and if you hit someone with that, it's unblockable, and then you get a free follow-up because they get stunned for a few moments. So they did quite a bit of damage to me. I only had the one chicken left. I'm going to try to get something from this. Anything can help, but I don't have that much health left, and there's still 6 people left, including myself. I'm going to spend a little time not fighting so much and walking into the wall, apparently. So I'm going to climb up to the top. I've got the broken 2x4 here because if I can hit someone with it, with the vicious, then I'm going to get a free attack on them. This person, see it right there, I was able to get them with it, so that's just extra damage for me too. And I kicked them away, which was helpful because this person came and attacked immediately after. Now you'll notice that the person I just hit and this person in front of me both look pretty much the same. They all have the same hairstyle. I think they might have a different color shirt or pants or something like that. But the only person that doesn't look similar anymore is this guy with the ducky hat on. So they just peaced out. They didn't want any part of this, and I'm just going to keep rushing people. So you'll see that every time I hit people, I'm getting a bit of health left. I hit a bit of health back, and that's helping quite a bit. I regained probably about half the health. Or, sorry, I doubled my health from before. I mean, now everybody's just kind of chilling out. That one person, actually, I could have tried to take them on because they had low ring count. But these 2 people are kind of standing up here, not really attacking each other. That's how I figured they were kind of teaming, and that's why I waved, because everybody's just kind of hanging out. So I think they were friends. They probably knew what was going on too and realized that I knew what was going on, so one of them went for each other, maybe for a laugh or something. But you can hear they're fighting each other a little bit up here, probably not wanting to be caught as teamers, but definitely it seemed that way. So here I'm double bouncing off cars. I'm way outside the ring now. Fortunately, my ring count is max, so I can easily get back in. But that's one of the things that you have to watch out for. If you use Sumo Slap, you can cancel that animation. You can cancel the animation after you miss or after you hit someone but they blocked it. But if you cancel it backwards, they can just do slap chops towards you, and they'll still hit you. So he knocked me off the roof from that, and I took a lot more damage than I necessarily would have normally. But you always want to dodge sideways or forwards from those kind of moves, just because they'll usually attack right past you. Now you can see, this is where I thought they were teaming as well, because they're not really attacking each other, or when they realize that they caught each other in a combo instead of me, then they would stop. One of their buddies is harassing the other though occasionally, so it's not as obvious. But I'm getting some poison damage on these people, or on this person, and making sure I stay in the ring. They went behind there, so I grabbed the weapon. I was like, oh, maybe I should go fight someone else, but they're leaving me alone right now. So actually, this person I figure is probably just standing around doing nothing. And because I had a weapon, I was able to use an unblockable attack and just KO them right away. So as soon as I KO them, another one runs out from behind the car, and they are blasting up into the air, trying to elbow drop me. If someone is using the rocket attack, there's pretty much no reason not to hold block, because all they can do is elbow you, and elbows can always be blocked with the block move. So if they land beside you, you get a free punish out of it. But this person is coming in hard on me. I was able to get them with a bit of a combo there, and they've got a really odd combination of moves with a rocket and the whirlwind throw. I can't remember the name of that right now, unfortunately. But neither of those are really damage moves, so I'm surprised that they do that. And as soon as I beat that person, the last person from this 3-step jumps off the roof and tries to elbow me. So I kind of saw that coming. I knew they would be up there because I couldn't see them anywhere else. And again, if you think someone's going to elbow you, or they're above you, otherwise just block, because they can't do anything about it. And if they land anywhere close to you from any kind of height, then you're going to get a free punish out of it. Now, from fighting all of these people, I've been able to gain pretty much all my health back. Actually, I'm full health again. And I realized that with the splat, I didn't quite make it. I had to pop super there because if they didn't roll away, they could have punished me with a super grab and I would have been pretty hurt. Not dead, because I have a lot of health in this match, but it would have hurt a lot. So that was the case. I got away, and then you'll see here, I noticed that they were in the corner, and I'm running out of time, but I was able to get the super grab off of the wall splat and win the game. So that was awesome. So if you enjoyed this analysis, please let me know. I'd appreciate your likes and subs, and I'll see you next time.